We're very grateful for the thorough job the jury did in rendering their guilty verdict. They obviously agreed with the state's view of the case. They weren't out that long, so we're thrilled.
You knew all along it was intentional and knowing. I know that was the defense's only argument.
It was a defense's only argument. We didn't buy it, if you will. We thought his actions around the time of the homicide clearly showed that he intended to cause the death of Corporal Cole.
Sentencing is next, or do you know what you're going after?
Yeah. So I think the sentencing will be likely in early September, and we anticipate asking for a life sentence. Life in the state of Maine is life without the possibility of probation or parole.
I know this one hit close to home. It was an officer. I know you guys have been close with the family. Just can you give us an idea of, your conversations with them after the verdict?
Right. The Cole family is obviously very happy with the verdict. They're such a wonderful family. They the problem with a verdict in a murder case is it doesn't bring back your loved one, and that's really hard. But they're very grateful to the jury for the hard work that they did in rendering the guilty verdict.
Did you feel like you had a lot to start with because of the dash cam video and all of that?
I thought we had a lot to start with because of the confession. The confession, in my view, was the most compelling piece of evidence in the case. It never was once you had the confession, it was never a whodunit. And so that, to me, was the most compelling. The dash cam video basically confirmed that it was he who committed the homicide, but he admitted it to his friends as well.
Did that then make it a unique challenge, and you're trying to convey to the jury something a little more ethereal than just who pulled the trigger? You're trying to sort of get them into a mental state?
Well, yes, and you never know what goes on in the mind of anyone, and we wanted to make sure that the jury understood that by putting the trigger up against the neck of Corporal Cole, he intended to kill him. That wasn't just a confused, drugged out person. He did what he wanted to do.
Thank you, Lisa.
What's your reaction to the verdict?
Obviously we're disappointed. It's not an entirely surprising verdict. It was a tough case to defend all along, and we knew that. So it's not surprising. It's definitely disappointing.
How's John?
He's doing all right. He's holding up. He's obviously disappointed as well, and now we have to move on to sentencing. So,
Did you talk at all afterwards?
to Mr. Williams, yes, we did.
What was the conversation?
Pretty brief. We just explained to him what was going to happen after this, and the next steps. That was about it.
Vern, I know you were arguing about the state's reenactment of Corporal Cole's
Yes.
shooting, and that you had asked to videotape it. Will you be using that as grounds for appeal?
Absolutely, yes. So it would be our intention, as always, to review all of the objections we may have made, but clearly the decision on the motion to suppress and that decision are going to be the two main topics at this point.
So you will.
Yes.
Is there a date for sentencing?
Not yet. It'll be a couple months out because there'll be a pre-sentence evaluation done by a probation officer to go over John's background, his history, and that type of stuff before the judge sentences him. So. Well, we're obviously can't ask for anything less than 25, so we're going to hopefully try to ask the judge to get as close to 25 as we can get. Okay, anyone?
Do you think it was insurmountable? You said it's a long shot for the manslaughter.
I don't think it was insurmountable. After I gave my closing, I felt some confidence that we had a real shot. And going in, I thought it was going to be a very slim chance. And the way the evidence came in, absent the reenactment, I think it ended up being a pretty good defense. I wouldn't say it was a 50-50 chance, but it was better than when we started, for sure. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Vern.
Have a good weekend.